Wood played a hobbit named Frodo in the Lord of the Rings films. After inheriting the One Ring from his cousin Bilbo Baggins, Frodo bravely volunteers to take it to Mordor to be destroyed, kicking off the epic journey across Middle-earth. Wood began acting at a young age and had several major film credits before The Fellowship of the Ring, 2001, like Flipper, 1996, and Avalon, 1990. Wood has stayed busy exploring various genres, like action comedy in Spy Kids 3D, Game Over, 2003, romantic drama in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, 2004, the animated musical Happy Feet, 2006, and psychological slasher Maniac, 2012. In 2010, Wood co-founded the production company Spectrevision, formerly known as The Woodshed, and has gone on to produce films like A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, 2014, Mandy, 2018, and Color Out of Space, 2019. And in addition to being a DJ, Wood still finds time to work on projects like Cartoon Network's Over the Garden Wall, I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, 2017, and Come to Daddy, 2019. He's set to appear in LA Rush, which is in post-production. The Danish-American actor Mortensen played Aragorn, the son of Arathorn, heir of Isildur, and eventual king of Gondor. Aragorn is a member of the Fellowship and leads the fight against Sauron's army while the One Ring is being destroyed. Before joining the Lord of the Rings cast, Mortensen had worked with directors like Peter Weir, Brian De Palma, Tony Scott, Ridley Scott, and Jane Campion. Fans would likely recognize him from films like Young Guns 2, 1990, Crimson Tide, 1995, The Portrait of a Lady, 1996, and G.I. Jane, 1997. Mortensen has since been nominated for Best Actor at the Academy Awards 3 times, for Eastern Promises, 2007, Captain Fantastic, 2016, and Green Book, 2018, and has received numerous other honors. He made his feature directorial debut with the 2020 drama Falling, which he also wrote, co-produced, and starred in opposite Lance Henriksen. The actor is set to appear in 13 Lives and Eureka. Bean played Boromir, the son of Denethor and a member of the Fellowship. Boromir primarily appears in the first movie, as he dies defending Merry and Pippin against a horde of orcs after briefly allowing himself to be tempted by the One Ring. Bean was previously known for his roles in action thrillers like Patriot Games, 1992, GoldenEye, 1995, and Ronin, 1998. After meeting his character's demise in The Fellowship of the Ring, Bean appeared in Equilibrium, 2002, portrayed Odysseus in Troy, 2004, and chased Nicolas Cage in National Treasure, 2004. He went on to famously play Ned Stark on HBO's Game of Thrones. More recently, he played Mr. Wilford on TNT's Snowpiercer and was in Brandon Cronenberg's 2020 sci-fi thriller Possessor. He's set to star on the BBC drama Marriage alongside Nicola Walker. Monahan played the troublesome hobbit Merry in the Lord of the Rings films. Merry is a hobbit from Frodo's village who finds himself leaving the Shire and joining Frodo's dangerous adventure. He had acted in several TV movies, but The Fellowship of the Ring was Monahan's big screen debut. After concluding the film trilogy, Monahan landed the role of Charlie Pace on ABC's Lost and appeared on the series until 2010. More recently, he hosted and produced the BBC wildlife docuseries Wild Things with Dominic Monaghan. He also starred in the video short for Eminem and Rihanna's Love the Way You Lie, played a mutant in X-Men Origins, Wolverine, 2009, and joined another major franchise when he appeared in Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, 2019. He voiced Archibald Desney on Amazon Prime's 2022 animated adaptation of Critical Role, The Legend of Vox Machina. Aston portrayed the loyal hobbit Samwise, Frodo's best friend. Save for a few brief separations, Sam is always by Frodo's side and risks his life many times to save his friends. Aston had several notable credits before the fantasy franchise, famous for roles in films like The Goonies, 1985, and Rudy, 1993. Aston has since done a lot of voiceover work for animated films and video games, even providing the voice for Raphael on Nickelodeon's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In 2017, he joined the cast of Netflix's Stranger Things as Joyce's love interest, Bob Newby. He has several projects in the works, like the film Man and Witch, which is in post-production. If not for McKellen's character, the Fellowship would never have formed and likely would not have survived. McKellen mainly began his professional acting career on the stage in the early 1960s. And a year before the fantasy trilogy debuted, he joined the Marvel Universe as Magneto in the X-Men franchise. McKellen continued playing Magneto during and after the Lord of the Rings trilogy, most recently in X-Men: Days of Future Past, 2014. The actor is one of the few Lord of the Rings cast members to also appear in the Hobbit films, reprising his role as the powerful wizard. Some of McKellen's more recent turns include Cogsworth in the live-action Beauty and the Beast, 2017, and Gus the Theater Cat in Cats, 2019. He's slated to appear in the modern-day adaptation Hamlet Revenant, which is in pre-production. The Welsh actor Rhys Davies portrayed the dwarf warrior Gimli. Gimli is the representative for the dwarfs in the Fellowship and the son of Gloin, one of Bilbo's companions during the events of The Hobbit. Rhys Davies, who also provided the voice of Treebeard in the films, previously played Salah in several Indiana Jones films and Vasco Rodriguez on NBC's miniseries Shogun, for which he received an Emmy nomination. After The Lord of the Rings, he appeared in a number of notable TV movies and on shows like Comedy Central's Trip Tank. There are a few other fantasy projects on his recent resume, including ABC's Once Upon a Time and MTV's The Shannara Chronicles. Rhys Davies has also lent his voice to video games and animated projects like Guillermo del Toro's Netflix miniseries Wizards and the 2019 feature Mosley. He has many projects in the works, like Starbright and Shadow Wars. Bloom played the Master Archer and Wood Elf Legolas. The arrow-wielding hero is also a member of the Fellowship and eventually becomes Gimli's best friend, even though dwarfs and elves historically hated each other. Bloom was relatively unknown when he was cast in the trilogy, but between the first and second films, he appeared in Black Hawk Down, 2002. Bloom famously played Will Turner in 4 of the Pirates of the Caribbean installments. Alongside McKellen, he also revisited the role of Legolas in the Hobbit films. In addition to other hit projects like Troy, 2004, and The Three Musketeers, 2011, the actor starred on the Amazon series Carnival Row as Rycroft Philostrate. Recently, he voiced Prince Harry on HBO's satirical animated comedy about the royal family, The Prince. Boyd played Pippin, the immature best friend of Merry, and appeared in all 3 Lord of the Rings films. As a part of the Fellowship, his antics cause trouble for the group, but he always means well. Boyd had primarily worked on television before he was cast in the first film of the trilogy and continued to do so in between the franchise's sequels. He appeared in Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World alongside Russell Crowe in 2003, the same year as The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. The next year, he provided the voice of Glenn and Glenda for the horror film Seed of Chucky, 2004. Boyd is also a musician and got to write and perform a song for The Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies, 2014. More recently, he was seen on episodes of FX's Snowfall, ABC's Grey's Anatomy, and Starz's Outlander. He also appeared in the 2021 Triller and Intrusion. He's slated to play Willard on Hulu's Washington Black. The English actor Holm played Bilbo Baggins, the previous ring bearer. Bilbo is Frodo's guardian and cousin, and he is unnaturally old because of the effects of the One Ring. Even before the film franchise, Holm was a Tony Award-winning actor, probably best known to fantasy and sci-fi fans for playing Ash in the Ridley Scott film Alien, 1979. After The Lord of the Rings, Holm worked on an impressive array of films like Garden State, 2004, Lord of War, 2005, and Ratatouille, 2007. In 2020, Holm died at age 88 of complications related to Parkinson's disease. Tyler brought Arwen, daughter of Lord Elrond, to life on the big screen. The elf saves Frodo from the Black Riders and later marries Aragorn. Before The Lord of the Rings, Tyler had been in plenty of films, including Stealing Beauty, 1996, and Armageddon, 1998. Tyler joined another major franchise in 2008 as Betty Ross in Marvel's The Incredible Hulk, but has yet to reprise the role in other installments. In more recent years, Tyler played Meg Abbott on HBO's The Leftovers, Lady Isabella Fitzwilliam on ITV Hulu's Harlots, even the sci-fi thriller Ad Astra, 2019, and Michelle Blake on Fox's 911, Lone Star. Elrond, played by Weaving, is the Lord of Rivendell. The elf was there when Isildur claimed the One Ring and tried to get him to destroy it, to no avail. Fans would likely recognize Weaving as Agent Smith in the Matrix films, a franchise that mostly ran at the same time as the Lord of the Rings movies. Weaving went on to play V in V for Vendetta, 2006, voice Megatron in Michael Bay's Transformers films, and portray the Red Skull in Captain America, The First Avenger, 2011. Weaving starred in the drama Lone Wolf and appeared on the binge miniseries Love Me in 2021. He's set to appear in The Royal Hotel, which is in post-production. Blanchett portrayed Galadriel, Lady of the Golden Wood and grandmother to Arwen. In The Fellowship of the Ring, she gives each traveler a special gift, including the Starglass that later proves useful against the giant spider. Blanchett didn't get a ton of screen time in the films, only a minute and 23 seconds, according to Screen Rant. She had appeared in several movies before The Lord of the Rings, like Elizabeth, 1998, and The Talented Mr. Ripley, 1999. Immediately after The Lord of the Rings, she appeared in The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, 2004, and The Aviator, 2004, which earned her an Oscar win. She racked up more nominations for Notes on a Scandal, 2006, I'm Not There, 2007, and Elizabeth, The Golden Age, 2007, before winning another Oscar for Blue Jasmine, 2013. More recently, Blanchett was nominated yet again for her work in Carol, 2016, and played the activist Phyllis Schlafly in the FX miniseries Mrs. America. She was in Adam McKay's Netflix film Don't Look Up, 2021, and is slated to appear in several projects, such as Borderlands. Serkis' portrayal of Gollum was an impressive feat of motion capture technology. Throughout the films, Gollum, originally known as Smeagol, is painted as an antagonist and a representation of the One Ring's consequences. Before his performance in the trilogy, Serkis had been in several shows and films, like Career Girls, 1997, and Among Giants, 1998. Serkis reprised Gollum in The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, 2012, and did groundbreaking performance capture work for the Planet of the Apes films. He then joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the flesh as Ulysses Klaue, provided the voice of Baloo in Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle, 2018, and was Snoke in the recent Star Wars trilogy. Recently, Serkis played Alfred Pennyworth in The Batman alongside Robert Pattinson. He has several projects in the works, like the upcoming film Luther. A film legend, Lee took a notable turn as the wizard Saruman the White, who was introduced as a respectable ally but turned out to be a power-hungry pawn of Sauron. Before his role in the fantasy films, he starred in many movies like Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace, 1962, and Count Dracula, 1977. After the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Lee appeared in several films and shorts, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, 2005, and Hugo, 2011, before reprising his role as Saruman in The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. In 2015, Lee died at age 93 after being hospitalized for heart failure and respiratory problems. Otto played arguably one of the most important characters in the trilogy, Eowyn. Disguised as a rider of Rohan, Eowyn, Shield Maiden of Rohan and daughter of Eomund, ultimately kills the Witch King of Angmar during the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. Before her turn in the Lord of the Rings films, Otto appeared in movies like The Well, 1998, and The Thin Red Line, 1998. Shortly after the Middle-earth films, Otto appeared on screen again in the 2005 adaptation of War of the Worlds. She has since worked on films like Annabelle, Creation, 2017, and miniseries like USA's The Starter Wife, ABC's Kashmir Mafia, and Fox's 24, Legacy. In 2018, she showed off her fantasy roots on the Netflix series Chilling Adventures of Sabrina as Aunt Zelda Spellman. Otto recently appeared on several TV miniseries, like SBS The Unusual Suspects. Noble made playing a troublesome ruler look fun. The last viewers saw of Denethor, he was falling off a cliff on fire after he had tried burning his son alive. Before the fantasy franchise, the actor had been on TV series and in films like The Monkey's Mask, 2001. Noble is probably best known for playing Walter Bishop on the Fox series Fringe. Like his Lord of the Rings co-stars Blanchett and Weaving, Noble also appeared as a guest on the ABC series Rake before signing longer stints on shows like Fox's Sleepy Hollow, the CW's DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and CBS Elementary. He also showed up as Billy Butcher's father on an episode of Amazon's The Boys. More recently, he lent his voice to the Paramount Plus animated series Star Trek: Prodigy, plus he has several projects in the works.